Hey bitches, welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting here once again with the love of my life and my notebook. I do have my notebook.
Again?
I do.
Do you feel like Steve from Blue's Clues?
Yes, I do. Remember when people thought that he was dead?
Yeah,
For
I
like the
thought he was
longest
dead.
time. He's not dead.
He's not?
No, he literally did a TikTok.
The more you know,
Yeah, he
girl.
did a TikTok.
Was his
Oh
name
my god, I
Steve?
hope he's not really dead. The first person that I want to talk about is somebody that I'm not familiar with, but she's very popular over on Instagram. She has like 1 million followers over there. TikTok, she has about like 39,000, I think is what it said. Dolce Candy is getting called out right now because her followers think that she is scamming in the name of stage 4 cancer. The other day she uploaded over on her Instagram that her father was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and he needed some help with his treatment, so she put up a GoFundMe. She was asking for $20,000, which is obviously a very horrible thing, and cancer treatments can be very, very expensive. Dolce Candy is known for like showing off her lavish lifestyle, like into luxury items. She has a gorgeous home. Like, has a lot of money is how she likes to flaunt herself on social media. So it already left like a bad taste in her followers' mouth, because in the comment section they were like, why don't you just sell off some of the designer items that you always show us and that will just pay for it right there. You don't have to ask us for this money. The other reason that she's getting dragged for this is because literally the next day, the video that she uploaded was about how they're going to be selling their home in California. They're going to be moving out of California, which obviously they make a certain amount of money. So there's going to be like this exit tax that is going on, people were saying.
Is that like, I didn't even know that was a thing.
I think it's like a new thing.
What?
I heard about it, but I didn't know that it was already going on.
That is wild to me.
Yeah, if you make like a certain amount, if you leave California, you have to pay.
That's crazy.
So she said they're going to be like buying a new home or building a new home, and also they want it to be a farm.
So we're moving. I've always dreamt of having a farm where I can build my parents a home, lots of land, farm animals, a medicinal garden. Nothing in life is permanent. So we're selling our beautiful home and we're moving out of state. I'm really thinking of decorating our next house with like a French farmhouse. My hubby's actually flying out of town today to go look at the properties. My birthday's actually next week, and I've been seeing my birthday number for the longest time. And it just so happens that literally this month has been the biggest life-changing month of my life. And sometimes we can't understand why God does the things that he does. I'm definitely someone who never wants to live with any regrets. And I do believe that the perfect time is literally right now, because we are not promised tomorrow. The beautiful thing about this entire journey, as challenging as it has been, is that it has brought us closer to the Lord. And honestly, I don't know if it would have ever happened hadn't my dad gone through what he's going through. So if there's something you want to do, don't be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. Be excited for a new chapter, for a new change. You never know what God has in store for your life. So like I always say, live with no regrets.
So obviously that is going to cost a lot of money. Her audience is like, why don't you put that on hold a little bit and take care of your father the way that you're asking us to do by donating to this GoFundMe? One of her followers over on TikTok made a video about this, calling her out, saying like, why are you asking us for money? Like, just sell some of your items.
For
like, this is
real.
not our responsibility.
I need a moment to be a hater real quick because some of these influencers are out of their goddamn mind. There's an OG YouTuber on Instagram right now who has 2 million subscribers, 1 million followers on Instagram, posts about their luxurious life, but is asking her followers for $20,000. Why is she asking for $20,000 in donations? It's because her dad just got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So our GoFundMe's bad? No, they're not. But when you have a lot of money, $1 million house, multi-million probably, and you're asking your followers for $20,000, that doesn't really sit right with me. Does this affect my daily life? Absolutely not. Originally, when I saw the post, I was like, oh, that's really sad, right? Because nobody should have to go through that. But then this morning, as I'm scrolling, I see that she's posting a get ready with me and talking about how she's moving out of state, selling her house. And then she's asking her followers, oh, should I do like a Parisian farmhouse type of thing? Or how should I style my new house? I'm like thinking to myself, girl, aren't you the one who's asking people for $20,000? I'm pretty sure that it costs more money to freaking renovate your house, build a new one, and move out of state. So regardless of whatever she's doing with her money, I think it's like in bad taste to be asking people for donations when all you do is post your fantastic life. It just reminded me of like when The Rock and Oprah started asking for money for Hawaii. It just kind of like sends the wrong message, you know? And I know that I'm being a hater, and I know that I can keep scrolling, but something like that, I'm just like, what the hell, right? Because if that was me, I'd be selling my cars, I would sell my house, I would do whatever I needed to do in order to get whatever I needed for that person. And if she's like legitimately strapped for cash, why the hell is she moving? Why is she asking people how she should redecorate her house and like renovate it? To me, it's in bad taste. Is this gonna ruin my day? Absolutely not. But I'm just like, wow, really? Why don't you take up like a couple sponsorships, okay? I'd much rather watch you do a sponsorship while they're paying you a lot of money so you can give it to your dad. than me go out and donate to somebody like a multimillionaire. Are you kidding me?
And Dolce Candy actually responded to this on TikTok as well as over on Instagram. She uploaded a video. It was a picture of her, and the audio that it had over it was Cat Williams talking about haters.
If there's any haters in here right now that don't have nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me. Sit back there and say my hair ain't luxurious when you know it is, bitch.
So she thinks that anyone that is giving her criticism for the fact that she's asking for $20,000, even though she's sitting over there like flaunting her lavish lifestyle and telling everyone she's gonna go buy a new home and all of this, she's saying that those people are just haters.
No, okay, they're not haters. It sounds like this girl's like really out of touch with reality, because how in the can you get on the internet and show all these designer bags and flaunt your wealth and have an exit tax? Like, who the even knew that was a thing? How can you even get on the internet in good faith, sit down and like beg people to donate to a GoFundMe? Like, no, that is trifling as fuck. If you need that money, I'm sorry that your dad has cancer. That's horrible. I've lost a lot of people in my life to cancer, but that's just simply unacceptable to me. If I was ever a follower of her and she did this shit, she would be stage 4 canceled to me forever.
It's just so weird to me that literally the next video that she would upload is how they're going to be selling their gorgeous home, literally moving out of state and buying a new one, starting a farm or whatever. It's like, priorities, I guess, because if you're going to be moving anyways, why don't you sell some of your items so you have less shit to move? In my opinion, and I 100% hope that I am wrong on this, it kind of sounds like maybe $20,000 could be going to like movers and like helping get out of the state.
That's the only rational thing I could think of. That movers are expensive. She don't want to pay for it. So let me get on here and do this real quick and make up this money.
Like, when I checked her GoFundMe, she had about $10,000 that was like donated to her.
Shit like this really pisses me off. We literally lost everything we had to a motherfucking fire. We got on the internet and we asked for nothing. We just told our story, right? And then you have people on the opposite side of that are showing their wealth. They are showing these designer bags and how they live, but they have the audacity to make a fucking GoFundMe. Are you serious right now? We need to bring back shame.
It's because some people out there look at their audience as like paychecks. And
That's
that's all
wild.
they do. That's why people turned against Jacqueline. That's why so many people have turned against so many in the beauty community, because they look at their audience as a literal paycheck and how they can drain some more money from those people. And personally, I think that's disgusting.
That is so disgusting, and it's actually predatory if you think about it in a way. Like, what can I get out of this person from watching me? What can I squeeze out of them to benefit me?
The next thing that I want to talk about is this demure trend that is going on over on TikTok. It seems that we cannot escape anywhere that you go. It's like now made its way off of TikTok and it's like filtering its way into stores and like all of that.
Very demure.
Jools
very
Lebron.
mindful.
Jools Lebron came out with a video where she was talking about demure and being mindful and all of that. I think it was like a trend like back in the day on TikTok by another person that had their account taken down.
You see how I do my makeup for work? Very demure, very mindful. I don't come to work with a green cut crease. I don't look like a clown when I go to work. I don't do too much. I'm very mindful while I'm at work. See how I look very presentable? The way I came to the interview is the way I go to the job. A lot of you girls go to the interview looking like Marge Simpson and go to the job looking like Patty and Selma. Not demure. I'm very modest. I'm very mindful. You see my shirt? Only a little chichi out, not my chocho. Be mindful of why they hired you. Here's your reality check, diva. What's the name you'd like me to make it out to?
Jools uploaded a video. It went viral. So many people have been talking about this. It is literally everywhere. Celebrities are doing it. I think Joe Biden did it.
It's
a lot of
everywhere.
people are making videos about being demure. So Jools is over in California living her best life. She was on The Tonight Show with RuPaul doing a lot of things. I think she was over at Netflix. Not exactly sure what that's going to be. A little bit of drama with this demure thing though, because there's a user over on TikTok by the name of Lord Voldemort, and they uploaded a video where they just flat out dragged the out of Jools, called her ugly, said her teeth were bad, just anything that they could pick apart about Jools, they did that.
This is not finna be very demure, very mindful, very curtsy. It's not finna be none of that. The girl that is going viral for saying or making this viral is ugly as I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just gonna say it. The facial features is disrupting the atmosphere in the cosmos. The teeth look like they were donated from How to Train a Dragon. The teeth look like little mini bite sizes of disposable chicken they use in McDonald's meat. I'm really sorry, but y'all push the limit to a lot of things too much. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let a lot of things out here, a lot of skinwalkers out here decimate a lot of categories. But pretty ain't one of them. They don't call me Lord Voldemort for nothing. I'm evil.
And they did not understand why the internet literally turned against them because everyone's like riding high for Jools Lebron right now. Bro, they dragged the fuck out of this Lord Voldemort
She
person.
deserved it. And if you've seen this person that did the dragging of Jools, and honestly, I'm going to be fair and honest, I'm not too fond of Jools, but she didn't deserve to get dragged in that way. The call was coming from inside the house, sis. Like, I don't know who you thought you were getting on
Girl, she
Beyonce's
didn't have a
internet,
neck.
acting that way toward another woman, just being that foul, nasty toward her. But they got her ass together for that.
She
That's the
did
last
not-
time she's going to do it.
Girl, she did not have a neck.
Did you hear that, like, she doubled down on it and she said that
Yes.
she lost her kids and she apparently, allegedly don't even have kids? Like,
No, she
embarrassing.
said that she is Lord Voldemort for a reason, and this is the kind of videos that she's known for. She swears by the end of 2025 that the whole internet is going to know her name. It's like, we all know your name now, Lord Voldemort, and it's not for the reason that you actually want.
By 2025?
Yeah.
She got a little bit of time left. I don't think her account will make it that far. TikTok don't play. They will take you down over the stupidest shit over there.
I'm actually really happy for Jools, and I just really hope that she can like sustain this hype that is around her, because I've been following Jools for a while, probably like over a year now. When I started following Jools is when she did the One Size Beauty campaign, because she made that one blush go viral, and so Patrick Star and his team flew her out, gave her literally like the celebrity treatment, like treated her like the top tier A-list beauty influencer out there. So when she went back to Chicago, she had culture shock, and it was like, I don't have all this money coming in, like I thought I was going to be doing a lot more things after this. Kind of started freaking out, was wondering if it's because like she's big, or wondering if it's just because she's trans.
It kind of did like send her into a crisis because she was not good on the internet then. I'll say
No,
that.
a lot of people were actually very worried because the videos that she was uploading during that time was very reminiscent of a mental breakdown that was
Yes.
happening. And then like the videos just stopped and people were worried because there was no commenting back, none of that.
Clock that tea though. Okay, so recently I stopped victimizing myself, and it's crazy how life has opened up since I stopped pretending like I'm like a victim. Like since I pretend like the world's against me. Bitch, sometimes you're the problem. Like honestly, for me, I felt very like unheard throughout like most of my childhood, and I felt like my parents like invalidated a lot of my feelings, and that made me turn into a loud ass complainer. Anytime anything happened to me, or anytime I perceived something, I perceived it as it was like the worst thing that ever happened to me, or like it was only happening to me, like other people don't be going through the same shit. You know what I mean? Like and especially like, you know, being trans, being plus size, it was just so easy for me to be like, no, like brands don't want to work with me because like I'm big, and brands don't like want to work with me because I'm trans. Maybe brands don't want to work with you because you're messy and you don't post consistent content or quality content most of the time. Maybe that's the reason, babe. Maybe it's because you come on this bitch complaining all the goddamn time about brands, and then you put brands on the spot, and then you wonder, why don't brands want to work with me? Well, bitch. And ever since I shut up and I looked at myself and I said, you're acting like a victim. You think you're owed something because you got a few followers? People are dying. like people are literally dying. You know what I mean? Like, get it together. And you know what's crazy? Ever since I've like took more responsibility and stopped acting like a kid, got a full-time job, got my own apartment, brand deals coming in, started losing weight, started having better skin, started feeling better, started being more confident. like when you just say, hey, you know what? Sometimes I'm a piece of shit and I need to fix it, then you can actually fix it. But when you come up on here all the time talking about like, oh my God, and this happened to me, and then oh my God, like that happened to me, and then oh my God, like no, and then this brand doesn't. Girl. The world don't owe you shit. If you don't get up off your ass and make some shit work.
I think maybe Jools will end up moving out to California. That would probably be very good for her, because I can only imagine if she went back to Chicago. She has like over 2 million followers now on TikTok, so the influencer thing is going to be there for her. I just don't want her to go back to Chicago and get back in that headspace where she was having that mental breakdown. So if moving out to California is what she needs to do to actually sustain this influencer lifestyle for her, girl,
I
get it.
just hope she's
She's
very
making a ton of
demure
money.
about it. I hope she's very mindful of the little ruts that you can fall into out in California, because everybody dreams of moving out to California. I don't. I would never want to live in California. It sounds like hell.
She must be really sick and tired though, because every single influencer event that she goes to out there, people are coming up and like, oh, let's make a TikTok, let's say demure. Like how many times? Can you say demure?
I'm over it too. And before anybody comes for me about saying it sounds like hell in California, I love California as far as like the scenery and stuff. I'm talking about the amount of people out there, the amount of fake people in the social media space. I hope she doesn't fall into that because that would be very bad for her mental health.
But getting back to that Lord Voldemort lady that made the video about Jools, every single influencer over on TikTok made a video in defense of Jools. Like, this is not what we're going to do on this platform. And one of those people happened to be Mama Tot. And Mama Tot was not having it.
I didn't think that this would be my first video of the day, but when I feel like I need to say something, it will just bother me for the rest of the day, and I'll just be thinking about it, and yeah. So do you know Jools Lebron? Honey, if I didn't say your name correctly, please forgive me. I'm sorry. But Jools is the one that created that sound. Very demure, very mindful, which we love. And it's been really nice to see. Even I've watched celebrities use it, which is so fun. How neat, to see Lindsay Lohan. Anyway, well, I was doing my makeup and I come across one of my mutuals, and thank goodness I did, because he showed me something that I didn't know had occurred. So there was this other lady that made a video and actually called Jools ugly. I'm not paraphrasing. She said she's ugly and made fun of her teeth, okay? And said some really hurtful things. And I looked at the comment section, and it did not go her way, which was very nice to see. I was like, girl power, I like it. I like it over here, right? But I thought to myself, I can't believe she said that, number one. I can't believe she posted that. And number three, to pin that video, because when you pin them, that means you're proud of it. So therefore, she's proud of coming onto the internet and calling another woman ugly and making fun of her. I don't know what makes people think that that's okay, but that's bullying. I know my bullying in school called me ugly and called me all different kinds of names. How is that not? That's a bully, right? And I'm queen of ignore. I ignore hateful comments and messages all day long. But I have to say that if someone were to get on the internet and just flat out call me ugly and make fun of my teeth, that would hurt me. That would hurt me a lot, because I'm just like that. I'm a sensitive person, and I don't know how Jools is and how that made her feel. I do know that she is aware of it, but here's the thing. You don't know what somebody feels about themselves to be able to push that off and be like, I'm not those things, and that person isn't saying truthful stuff. You don't know. And I do know that bullies are bred at home, and I don't know who or what made that girl think that that was okay to do. But let me say this, if you were an employee at my business, honey, I'd fire you. I'd fire you in a New York second, because if you can treat a stranger online like that, then you can treat one of my customers, a stranger, the same way. And if you were my employee and I saw that, I'd fire you. Absolutely. And if you're a mom, I don't know if you are, I don't know anything about you, but if you're a mom, you're teaching your children that that is okay to do. And bullies are bred at home. To Jools, I'm sorry that you had to see that. And I hope you don't believe it. There ain't anything about you that's ugly. And there ain't nothing wrong with your teeth. I'm just really sorry that somebody said that. Actually, I'm a little shocked. That was very brave of them. But sometimes people do things for attention, and that screams it, if you ask me. But I didn't want you thinking or going about your day thinking that anything about that was true. Because you can make a video all day and say it doesn't bother you, but sometimes it does. And you keep making those videos, and you keep making those really nice and funny sounds and trendy and all. You keep doing everything you think you're supposed to do, okay? Because there's one thing about me that I love to do regarding this place is watching other people come up, okay? It's watching other people have their dreams come true and their life change for the better and, you know, all the things that they want and need in life, okay? Because when you're happy for other people, the good Lord in the universe blesses you. So, and to that other person, to see you have that video pinned lets us know that you're proud of it. And if that's what you're proud of, then honey, you got a lot to learn. And you look like in your 20s or 30s, you think you learned by now that that ain't the way to go. And that certainly ain't the way to lift up other women. Well, thank goodness you ain't our mascot. And I'll say that. We love you, Jools.
I just think it's really up that Lord Voldemort made that video.
Like, how insecure and fame hungry do you have to be to say that shit that she was saying about Jools?
She made fun of the
Again,
teeth,
because
too.
I am not really fond of Jools myself. It's a personal issue that I have with her because she used to leave me nasty comments. But that aside, like, why do you, like, go for the easiest shit? Why do you go for the shit that somebody can't really change easily about
Well,
themselves?
speaking of that, Jules actually did make a response video to Lord Voldemort and was like, you're literally talking about the way I look now, but with all the money that they're making from this whole demure situation, she's like, I'm paying for my full transition, and this person is not going to be here in a few weeks.
The only reason someone would ever make fun of my looks or my teeth on the internet is because they know that the bag I'm about to get from all the success that I've had is about to change it. Now she's making fun of someone who won't be here in a few weeks.
So she's going to get those teeth fixed. Good for you, Jules.
Yeah, no, I'm
her.
happy to see her to be able to go through with that and get that done. How cool for her to actually, like, go viral and make all that money to be able to do that. Like, Demure is a brand now. She's smart. She's smart.
That just goes to show you, like, if you're somebody out there that wants to start social media, especially over on TikTok, and you're like, no one's going to watch my video. Oh my God, it's never going to work out for me. Girl, that's what Jules thought.
Yeah.
And now look at her.
No, you can
For
go.
saying
You
demure.
absolutely go viral
Yeah.
over on TikTok. I post videos about scammers over there, and they get hundreds. I get more views on TikTok than I do my YouTube videos these days. It's crazy, and I don't even get paid for TikTok.
That's why a lot of influencers have actually left the YouTube platform and have not focused on it as much, and they're all over on TikTok. They're all QVCing over there.
They
Every
are.
single person that you could think of. So with all that said, everyone, that is it for this video. If you have made it this far, please leave us a basketball emoji. I don't know why. We will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.